Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever been chatting with customer service online and had that weird feeling? Like, is this a person or am I talking to a really smart toaster? Before we dive in, do me a huge favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on our deep dives into the tech that's shaping our world. Ready? Chances are you've been talking to a chatbot. But how do these digital conversationalists actually work? How do they go from lines of code to something that can understand your sarcasm, answer your questions, and even tell a half-decent joke? Stick around because we're about to pull back the curtain on the magic of chatbots. First, let's get one thing straight. Not all chatbots are created equal. Think of it like the difference between a parrot and a philosopher. On one end, you have the simple rule-based chatbots. These are the parrots. They operate on a very straightforward if-then logic. Programmers create a flowchart of conversations. If you ask, "What are your store hours?" the bot is programmed to recognize those specific keywords and respond with, "We're open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's like a phone tree, but for text. If you ask something it hasn't been programmed for, like what's the best time to visit to avoid crowds, it'll likely get confused and give you a generic, "Sorry, I don't understand." These bots are great for simple, repetitive tasks like FAQs, but they lack any real flexibility. But then you have the philosophers, the AI-powered chatbots. This is where things get really interesting. These are the bots that seem almost human. They use a powerful technology called natural language processing, or NLP. NLP is a field of artificial intelligence that gives computers the ability to understand, interpret, and generate human language, both text and speech, in a way that's meaningful. So, how does this NLP magic happen? It's a multi-step process. First up is natural language understanding, or NLU. Think of this as the chatbot's ears. When you type, "I want to book a flight to Paris for next Tuesday," the NLU part gets to work. It breaks down your sentence into its core components. It identifies your intent, what you're trying to do, which in this case is book a flight. Then it extracts the entities, which are the key pieces of information. Paris as the destination, and next Tuesday as the date. It's basically a digital detective picking out the crucial clues from your casual language. Once the chatbot understands what you want, it needs to figure out what to do with that information. This is where dialogue management comes in. This is the chatbot's brain. It's the decision maker that keeps the conversation flowing logically. It takes the intent and entities from the NLU step and decides on the best response. If you just said you want to book a flight, the dialogue manager knows the next logical step is to ask for your departure city, or maybe the time of day you'd like to leave. It maintains the context of the conversation, so it doesn't forget you were talking about Paris to messages later. It's what prevents the conversation from feeling like you're talking to someone with short-term memory loss. Finally, after the brain decides on a response, it's time to actually say something back. This is the job of natural language generation, or NLG. This is the chatbot's mouth. The dialogue manager might decide the response should be, "What city will you be flying from?" The NLG component then takes this instruction and crafts it into a natural-sounding, human-like sentence. It can even vary its responses, so it doesn't sound like a broken record. Instead of always saying, "What city?" it might say, "Where will you be departing from?" Or, "And what's your origin city?" This makes the interaction feel much more dynamic and less robotic. All of this is powered by massive amounts of data and complex algorithms, specifically machine learning and deep learning models. These bots are trained on gigantic datasets of human conversations, books, articles, and websites. By analyzing all this data, they learn the patterns, grammar, context, and even the subtle nuances of how we communicate. The more data they process, the smarter they get. This is why a chatbot from 5 years ago feels ancient compared to the advanced models we have today. They are constantly learning and evolving. So, the next time you're chatting with a bot online, you'll know exactly what's happening behind the scenes. It's not just a simple script. It's a sophisticated dance of understanding your intent, managing the dialogue, and generating a human-like response, all happening in the blink of an eye. From simple rule-based helpers to complex AI conversationalists, chatbots are a fascinating blend of linguistics and computer science, and they're only going to get more impressive. What do you think is the coolest Or maybe the creepiest thing a chatbot has ever said to you? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful and learned something new, please give it a massive thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to ring the bell so you're the first to know when we post new content. Until next time, stay curious.